Good morning, class 6. How are you guys doing? I hope you all are doing great and taking care of yourselves and being good, smart, healthy, safe, and taking care of yourselves and your parents and having a good time and being happy. That's the main issue. You have to be happy. There's no tension, but you study well as your exams are coming on the 28th, I guess. So please study your chapters once again. I'm telling you, study your chapters properly, read your chapters properly, try to understand, remember it properly. So because the options will be there, that's the main plus point you have. So there'll be four options. So if you know your chapter, options are not a problem for you. Just look at the question, read it properly, and see the answers. Think and answer. So don't look at that watch, but you have to maintain the time as well. So we are back on SSC. We'll come to geography 102 page, chapter 3, motions of the earth. We haven't done. We are going to start that. Okay, so let's begin. I'm going to read, and after that I'll do the explanation and we'll go ahead with it. Okay, so the motions of the earth. How does the earth move around? We have to know that. What is the length of the day and the night? What is the northern hemisphere, the summer solstice, and all. Simple thing. It's all about reading and understanding. Okay, so you have to read and know and try to understand it. There has to be logic to everything. So let's begin without much ado. So uh, yes, let's begin. The ancient people had always observed the movement of the sun, right? The moon and other heavenly bodies in the sky. They believed that the earth was stationary and other heavenly bodies moved around it. Heavenly bodies are the sun and the moon and the other, whatever is up in the universe is outside in the sky is heavenly bodies, because we think heaven is on top. Nicholas Copernicus, you have done this in class 5 also. Nicholas Copernicus, a Polish astronomer in the 16th century, was the first to say that the earth only appeared to be stationary. Copernicus said that the earth is stationary, it does not move. Actually, the earth not only spins on its axis, it also moves around the sun. He said that it looks like it is not moving. It appears that it is stationary, but it not only spins, but it also at the same time there is revolution and rotation. Revolution is round while spinning, and rotation is the spinning on its axis. Thus, the earth has two types of motions. The movement of the earth on its axis is called rotation, and the movement of the earth around the sun is called the revolution. Okay. Rotation of the earth. Now, how does this rotation happen? Let's get to know about it. You have to minutely listen to the videos. Also, at the same time, if you have your books with you, have to have your books with you at this time and open it and also read. You keep your earphones on your ear and you'll also follow it and listen to it. Watch, listen, read. All things can be done together, and that's how you're going to learn. So, rotation of the earth. The earth rotates on its axis from west to east. Okay, from west it comes to the east. Okay, the axis of the earth is an imaginary line which passes through its center. The axis is not straight or vertical. It is inclined at a degree of, or rather an angle of 66.5 degrees with the plane of the earth's orbit. This is known as the inclination of the earth's axis. 3.3 page 103, you will see this picture. This is the plane. The vertical line is straight if you make half of the earth. Then you go 66.5. The top part is the north axis pole. The down part is the south axis pole. Plane is the half which you do it horizontally. This is vertical, this is horizontal. So horizontally, if you make a half and a half, you get that 90-degree angle. From this 90-degree angle, you put 66 and a half. Earth is like that. Earth is actually straight. The axis is like that, that's why it's spinning. It's tilted on its axis. The inclination is always in the same direction. That means towards the pole star. North pole, the pole star. There's a star at the north pole. If you see towards in the evening when the sky is clear, you'll see the north pole star. Whichever side you see the star, that is the north side. Every morning, we notice that the sun rises in the east, travels across the sky during the day, and finally sets in the west in the evening. This is due to the rotation of the earth. We don't understand. We think it is stationary. As Copernicus, some people said that the earth is stationary, but Copernicus said that yes, it seems to be standing. Yes, we are quiet, it's not moving around, but it's spinning. Now this east and west thing, sun is there in its place. It's going from west to east, so it's down. Again, we are turning around, we see the sun there. It's rising. Again, we are turning around. We go down in the west. In the evening, the earth is moving towards the west, it goes down. That's why we see the sun is getting lesser. Okay. Suppose we are traveling in a train. We see through a window that the trees and telephone poles on the wayside seem to move past in the opposite direction. Right? When there is speed, it thinks that it's going away. But no, we are crossing it. We know it is the train that is moving and not the objects outside. In the same way, it is the earth that is moving and not the sun. Simple example. The train goes, sat, 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 something. You think the tree is going, the pole has gone. No, the pole is there in its place. When you look back, you'll see, oh, the pole is standing there, the train is gone. So the sun is there, the earth is spinning around. And we think that the earth is spinning because we are inside the train. Okay. The earth takes about 24 hours or 1 day to complete one rotation on its axis. That's how the day and night forms, 24 hours. 12 hours day, 12 hours night. It takes 24 hours to spin one rotation on its axis. Thus, rotation is called the daily motion of the earth. It is its daily work, it does not stop. The circumference of the earth at the equator. What is the equator? That horizontally half. That's the equator, 0.0. The circumference of the earth at the equator is 40,000 kilometers. Full circle. Half is 20,000, the radius. The earth covers this distance in 24 hours. Can you imagine the speed? What is the fastest you can go? 240 kilometers per hour. 1 hour if you go 240 kilometers, 10 hours you will go 2400 kilometers, 2400. Add another 48 kilometers. It's 288, 290, max to max 285 in 12 hours. 2800 kilometers. 1 kilometer and 240. 10 kilometers. What is it? That's right. Am I saying it right? So 10 into 240. Okay. One second. I'll get it for you. 240 kilometers in 1 hour. So in 10 hours, 2400 kilometers. So that if we do it into 12 hours, 240 into 12 hours, we'll go 2880 kilometers in 12 hours. If we double that, we make it 2800 plus 2880. 5760 kilometers, max to max. If we can travel 24 hours at a specific time, constantly, if we travel at the rate of 240 kilometers per hour, not possible. And in 24 hours, it completes 40,000 kilometers. 40,000, it's not a joke. We can't even do how much? 5,000 something we couldn't do, 5,700. This is 40,000 kilometers in 24 hours. Can you imagine the speed? Okay. So the earth is moving, right? I'll come back in the next video.